Howdy, howdy, howdy. I'm trying to not sound like I'm trying to sound like Howard Stern because I'm catching myself. I got a cold and I'm dying from it. And I don't really think I'm dying from it, but I keep catching myself. I have to use I'm trying to learn how to use the radio voice and enunciate and speak well and all that. And I got a cold. And I had some friends tell me that it sounded a lot like I was trying to sound like Howard Stern. I don't want to do that because he's obviously like everyone's radio influence in the world at this point. He's the only thing on radio anymore, even in the satellite realm. I know this isn't actually really radio, but it kind of is. But I'm doing it. I'm doing this show because it's fun, really. And I got too much drama in my life that I can't figure out how to express. Too much crap going on, and now I'm sitting here trying to eat some now and later, part of my candy wrappers. And I live down south where I don't have any money. Oh, my wife's coming. I don't have any friends down here. I'm on the air.
Good job, Danny.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. What? Dropping the kitty cat?
Yeah, I didn't know what's going on.
Now and
There's
later?
nothing got subtracted in my account. I can't.
You didn't charge me yet. I guess we pay when we pick them up.
That's extremely helpful.
Mm-hmm. You're dropping my cats, our cats, or 3 cats, off at the local storage place. Cat storage. Pet storage. And they're, I'm just explaining what's going on.
I was just wondering, here, give me my car back.
Because we're taking a trip up to my sister's wedding. Up in New York. Oh, okay.
I just wanted, I didn't know what was going on with this, so I was waiting for it to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
And since it didn't pop up, I was like, would they even able to drop them off?
Yeah. It just took a while. It took a while. Because the lady was, just standing out there waiting, smoking cigarettes. Older lady.
I called her and I told her we were on our way.
Mm-hmm. I had to help her carry them into the cages. And
oh, so are they, is it cramped?
Yeah, it's not too bad. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. Yeah, they got a whole room. She can let them out and walk around the room. Oh. It's like a little room, and they're all in a cage for now.
Okay, but they can... Wait, do they each
Molly,
get their own cage?
And
or they all share a cage?
They all share a cage, but it's a big cage with 2 levels.
Oh, Jesus, thank God, because it's BB that BB and her bitchy ass self.
Mm-hmm.
Her moody problems.
Mm-hmm.
Being old all the time.
Oh, yeah, she's an old grump. I'll come back out and get my bag later.
Oh, you don't have to, because we're going to pack.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yep. Once again, this is my wife,
all
Kelly.
The difference. Now I was like, oh my God, maybe I should have put in extra money for an extra cake.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm worried about it.
They'll be fine. They're all going to want to cuddle together anyway.
Well, Molly and Sophie are cuddly. They just stick together. They're attached by the hip practically. But BB, she's going to want to be on that second level all day.
Mm-hmm. Once you discovered, she was sitting in the litter box.
As long as they're divided. Mm-hmm. so BB can be her
nice
own
butt. Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oops. I like this. I'm going to keep this on all the time, just so you have to be nice to me. You can't yell. You don't feel the urge to yell at me because now you're holding back. Because I'm.
No, I'm not.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
This was the only thing I was worried about.
I know.
This was just it. And plus, you could have had that paperwork done 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but no, you had to wait 5 minutes prior.
Yeah, I know. I had to get all the shots records together for them.
So, yeah,
I'm catching myself trying to do a deeper voice, like a radio voice.
But now that that's all done, now I'm not worried. No, we just passed.
Hello and welcome to AOL Movie Phone.
Hello and welcome
Podcast.
My husband is crazy according to my life.
Hello, welcome to AOL Chris McDermott's Pudcast.
It's stuck now. It's sticking.
What's that?
Hello and welcome to My Husband is Crazy According to My Wife.
Oh, wait till you see what I titled. I titled this episode in quotes, The Crystal Meth Christ.
What?
The Crystal Meth Christ, because I'm going to tell the story about the friggin' sea monster that I found.
Oh, and here
that's what I kept hearing.
And here we're just talking about
the voices that I hear through the vent and the wind and stuff. I hear that they make fun of me all the time. Most of the time they're poking fun of me, and that's what they call me because I used to have a little drug problem. But
I took the printer.
Now I got other issues.
I really tried to fix it. I YouTubed it and everything thoroughly thoroughly cleaned it with distilled water safely and everything like that.
Okay.
And then I looked it up again. And apparently once it goes on these particular Canon printers, even tech support even suggests not even getting a new printer head. They say you have to get a whole new printer.
Oh, screw that.
Well, no, I mean, this printer's old. We can get
Yeah, it's old. Oh, yeah,
it's
no, what happened to the small one that I bought before? Remember that little one? It was $20.
Yeah, and we don't need to print CDs anymore. There's no money in it anymore. In CDs.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
So, we could just upgrade.
Okay.
I'm all up for upgrade.
Sounds good to me.
This thing's like, what, 10 years old?
Yeah, it's a Canon Pixma, but they still make them, but...
But it's a 10-year-old printer.
Yeah, it was made for printing music CDs.
But it's like a 10-year-old printer. I mean, it's done its job.
Yeah, it's time to be upgraded.
It did its job, and it did it great. And you know what? The new printers have better Bluetooth options. Like, they actually fucking work. All right, well, I'm going to take a
Christopher
shower.
was on it. You should listen to that one episode. The first episode was with Christopher on it. Yeah, he did good.
I'm going to take a shower. My dress, I want to try to tailor it a little bit better than it is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pack.
Okay.
You should pack. And if you can get me a drink, I'd much appreciate it.
That I can do.
I want to see Seagram's Bees.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we got those nice and late alcohol.
So drink them all, okay?
Okay.
There's the whole trip.
Yeah, I need to have at least a couple of drinks before we leave. Oh, I mean, I got to sober up from a couple of drinks before we leave.
And I have no idea what we're doing for dinner.
Yeah, that nickname came literally out of thin air because I didn't think of that. I've heard other stupid nicknames.
Thank you for taking care of the cats,
fun of me.
and you're welcome.
Oh, okay. Yes, you're welcome, sweetheart. Thank you. And you're welcome. Thank you. And you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so, back to, it's the way of the future. It's the way of the future. It's the way of the future. Oh, I got my thing that the cancer is like making me crazy. Huh?
Can you grab some suitcases if you're not busy?
Yeah, I will. I'm just finishing up. I only got 7 minutes left on this. I don't want to. I got to explain to them the whole reason of the name of the episode really fast because of the sea monster. It's not a sea monster. It's a magma monster. Okay, so here's the whole story. I discovered today, by accident, completely on a whim, let me start at the beginning. So about 6 years ago, I had a dream. It was like 2015, 2014. I had a dream about a nightmare, actually, about a sea monster. It wasn't a sea monster, but it was a giant, what looked like the size of a continent, but moving quickly, but slowly, quickly for continental shift, too quickly for continental shift, but too slow to be, noticeable, really. And you saw it like rising in the distance. I was staying on a beach. And I told my wife about this nightmare when I woke up from it, and it stuck in my head ever since. It was so, it was actually genuinely realistic and scary. And I seen it. What it looked like was a continent with a big cave in the front of it, with a mountain with a big cave in the front of it, and it was, a whole bunch of smoke coming off the sides of it. And I was like, what the hell is that? It was like a sideways volcano or something, and it was coming slowly towards the beach we were on. And as it got close, I realized it had teeth in the cave, at the roof of the cave. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then it got closer, and you could see, like, magma lines, like, up along the ceilings and stuff, like glowing red deep in the core of it. And all the water, I realized, the smoke was actually steam, because the water was going inside the cave, the mouth of the cave, and evaporating, like turning to steam instantly. And there's like an endless pouring magma core to this thing. And as it got closer, I was getting terrified. It was huge, like the size of like Mount Rushmore, not Mount Rushmore, but maybe Mount Rushmore. I don't know. But so I was terrified. It looked like a continent with a big mouth, a sideways volcano coming at. And as it got closer, the friggin' thing would have. Oh, I noticed behind it, all the water was evaporating. And behind it was leaving behind like a sheet of glass. Like the sand was turning to glass. The sand at the bottom of the ocean, where the water was turning to glass because it was so hot. And then I woke up. That was it. I was watching this from a beach, and I just remembered it all these years, and I think I even drew a picture of it back then. But I told my wife about it as soon as I woke up, and I mentioned it over the years, like, yeah, it was terrifying. And I had never been one. I never read fucking Bible or anything like that, or religion, any kind of religion. I never really followed. I got kicked out of CCD, which was like Wednesday church school crap that my parents made me do. I got kicked out of it because we had been given school books with the Virgin Mary's silhouette on it, and I took the liberty, and I gave it boobs with nipples and a bush and a belly button. I gave it all the important details. So, I got kicked. It was so embarrassing. They called my mom, and my grandmom came in with her, and the nun sat down with them, and they're like, "Oh, what kind of a kid is it? Look at this, he's a pervert." And I'm like, what the hell's the big deal? I'm like, isn't that supposed to be natural nature? I think I was like, I'm pretty sure God wouldn't punish us for doing what he made us to do. What we're not made to do is hurt other people. That's what I've always believed. Or try to like have slaves or force people to do our will and stuff like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother rant. So I've always been at odds with religion my whole life, and not very happy with it most of the time, yelling at God and stuff. But so I had that dream years ago, and then I was in jail just this past year, 2020, for 4 months. It's a long story, I have to say, for another time, because I was fighting with my wife. We were separated for 10 months, and we just got back together. Not just, but this past, what was it, end of April. Well, we were considered back together, but we were apart for 10 months. I was living at my parents' house up in, PA, and she was down in North Carolina for a while. And after I got out of jail for 4 months, I went up to PA until me and my wife reconciled, and I got back down here in North Carolina with my son and her. But before that, I was... so I was in jail for 4 months, and it's during COVID and during these race riot things where they were knocking down all the Confederate flag statues in North Carolina, and I went in this jail called the Albemarle District Jail, which is my worst nightmare of jails. It's horrible. But I went in this jail for 4 months, and because it was COVID, they wouldn't let us get any books. There was no books available or anything, so I got stuck, bored out of my mind in the cell. We couldn't go anywhere. So I started reading the Bible because I was kind of like depressed and desperate and just wanted to get the hell out of my cell for a while. And I was in there for absconding, for leaving the state when I was on probation for some stupid Lowe's truck that I rented too long, and they reported it stolen. Because I left the state in it. I got it up in PA, and I didn't know I couldn't leave the state in it. Long story, I got a warrant for that, and then I got arrested for that, and that warrant was what I ended up getting on probation for, and then I broke the probation because me and my wife got in a fight and left the state. So, but anyway, so this I started reading in this Bible, this book Bible. Everyone told me it's actually Bible stands for Basic Instructions Before Life Ends or something like that. They said Bible stands for, I think it was Basic Instructions Before Life Ends, I think it was. I was cracking up at that. But yeah, so I was reading it and skimming through it, and I was using like a magic 8-ball, trying to see if I could get like answers, because I was really depressed. I was coming off of addiction problems and all that, with, crystal meth. And also I had the prescription for the same thing anyway, but that's a long story. But I was getting cold turkey on it. I was really depressed and, lost my family and this and that. My wife put me in there basically by reporting me absconding, and it was my own damn fault, but I did abscond, so, it's the way it was. And I served my time for it, 4 months, which was a little overkill, but because of COVID, they kept pushing things up. So I got 35 seconds left on this thing. So I found the section I was reading Revelations, and skimming through it like a magic 8-ball, asking it questions and seeing where my fingers land. And I wrote little notes in it everywhere my fingers landed. When it touched something that meant something to me. And one of the things that I read in Revelations was there's a whole story about exactly what I dreamt of, and I was blown away by that because I'd never really read the Bible. I slept in CCD and got kicked out, but I'm out of time now, so let me jump to the next part.